Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's head outside and take a look outside our weather window from this afternoon. And this is our Blag Mountain camera up around the Leavenworth area. And yeah, snowflakes falling up in the higher elevations today. That's just the start of what we expect to see overnight tonight and into tomorrow. And boy, we are going to see a lot of snow up around Stevens Pass, where 24 to 30 inches of snow could fall by early Sunday. Also, if you're traveling over Snoqualmie Pass, up to a foot expected there. And I'll tell you, if you're heading east, not much better. Lookout Pass in northern Idaho expected to get 18 to 24 inches of snow. And we'll tell you much more about this winter storm and more precipitation next week coming up in your weather forecast a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Moses Lake police are asking the public for help identifying a suspect who broke into a convenience store earlier this week. The rate of new COVID-19 cases in Chelan and Douglas counties has remained largely unchanged over the past 2 weeks. And Columbia Valley Community Health CEO David Olson will retire at the end of the year after leading the Wenatchee-based healthcare provider for the past 5 years. But first, our top story tonight. 2 more Grant County schools had to deal with threats of violence this week, and in both cases, law enforcement says suspects have been identified and the threats determined to be not credible. Law enforcement responded after an Instagram threat Wednesday in both Quincy and Grand Coulee. Quincy police say they've identified a 14-year-old boy who made non-specific threats on Instagram under a fake name against students at Quincy Middle School on Instagram. The teen reportedly told police he and a group of friends were only joking. The Quincy Police Department said it will be turning over its report on the incident to the Grant County Prosecutor's Office. Also on Wednesday night, the Grand Coulee Dam School District said they became aware of a threat against Lake Roosevelt schools and were able to identify the student. Superintendent Paul Turner said Thursday morning that students will not be allowed back at school until an investigation is completed. Earlier this week, police beefed up their presence at Moses Lake High School after a social media threat was circulated. And last Friday, in-person classes at Wenatchee High School were canceled after a similar threat. In all 4 cases, the threats were determined to not be credible. Moses Lake police are asking the public for help identifying a suspect who broke into a convenience store earlier this week. About 4:30 a.m. Tuesday, the suspect reportedly broke into Toad's Astro Mart on Pioneer and made off with an unspecified quantity of cigarettes. Other businesses in the area also reported break-ins near the same time period, but police have not yet connected those cases to the suspect seen on surveillance footage from the Toad's break-in. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Moses Lake Police Department. That phone number 509-764-3887. In other news, the rate of new COVID-19 cases in Chelan and Douglas counties has remained largely unchanged over the past 2 weeks. In its weekly thermographic report yesterday, the Chelan Douglas Health District said as of Monday, new cases were at 322 per 100,000 residents over the past 2 weeks. That's just up slightly from the 317 that was reported in its November 29th report. But by this morning, the new case rate had fallen to 316 per 100,000 residents over the previous 2 weeks. As of yesterday, there were 27 patients being treated for COVID-19 at Central Washington Hospital. Of those, 21 were listed by Confluence Health as not being fully vaccinated. There were 5 patients in the hospital's intensive care unit, 4 of them listed as not fully vaccinated. Columbia Valley Community Health CEO David Olson will retire at the end of the year after leading the Wenatchee-based healthcare provider for the past 5 years. Columbia Valley Community Health Chief Operator Manuel Navarro will serve as interim Chief Executive Officer when Olson departs. The CVCH board praised Olson for his efforts to grow the organization's number of providers, expansion of services in the Chelan Valley, and the establishment of CVCH's substance abuse disorder program. Well, coming up next, Chelan County needs members for its land and planning commissions, and they're encouraging applications. South Lakeshore Road at Slide Ridge went down to one lane today and will stay that way at least into next week. The East Wenatchee Water District has extensively modified its rates and billing system. And the Grant County PUD Emergency Response Team has received a 2021 Good Samaritan Award for rescuing 2 contractors last year in the Columbia River near Wanapum Dam. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Dr. Wayne Latimer's Chiropractic and Integrative Multicare specializes in all level of injury care. If you've been injured in an auto accident, on the job, have a sports injury, or a simple fall, call today for a free consultation. They offer a combined multi-care approach with medical, chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and acupuncture. For relief from long-standing injuries to basic solutions for the weekend warrior, Latimer's Chiropractic Integrative Multicare is one stop, one location.
Mary Mates of Wenatchee believes a clean home is a happy home. Mary Mates provides holiday cleaning services to cheer about. Don't let the seasonal cleaning ruin the festive fun. Mary Mates can simplify your life at a great value. It's never too soon to start planning a holiday-perfect home. Mary Mates of Wenatchee happily offers a worry-free guarantee. Locally owned and operated, let Mary Mates do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Call Mary Mates today.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you. You're our lifeline.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel. Welcome back. In another news, Chelan County needs members for its land and planning commissions, and they're encouraging applications. Candidates for the County Planning Commission and newly formed Boundary Review Board are needed to represent County District 3, which stretches from northeastern Wenatchee through Eniat, Chelan, and Manson. Residents of that district can apply by contacting their county commissioner, Tiffany Gehring, at the email address on your screen. The Planning Commission deals with zoning regulations, while the Boundary Review Board works on issues like annexations and jurisdictional changes. You can find more information about both boards on the county's website. South Lakeshore Road at Slide Ridge went down to one lane today and will stay that way at least into next week. That's when a railing and guardrail are scheduled to be installed, which should allow the bridge open to 2 lanes for good. Chelan County contractors have been working on the project along Lake Chelan since June. The $2.2 million bridge and culvert project is designed to divert running water and debris from Slide Ridge, which has often been forced long closures and costly cleanups along that stretch of road. Final paving should take place coming up in the spring. Well, the East Wenatchee Water District has extensively modified its rates and billing system. Starting January 1st, customers will be reclassified into residential, multifamily, commercial, industrial, and irrigation categories. And where bills used to be payable every 2 months, the district will now bill its 10,000 customers on a monthly basis. The smallest residential hookups will pay a $41 base rate plus additional charges per 100 cubic feet of water consumed. The changes follow a study carried out by FCS Group to examine the district's rate structures and efficiency. Well, as we go to break, the Grant County PUD Emergency Response Team has received a 2021 Good Samaritan Award for rescuing 2 contractors last year in the Columbia River near Wanapum Dam. The Washington Public Utility Districts Association recognized the crew for their quick work November 13, 2020, after the contractor's boat experienced mechanical problems and was swamped with water near a spillway, throwing the workers into the water. The response team received a Safety Heroism Award from the Northwest Public Power Association for the rescue earlier this year. Well, you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5, High school sports is back, and NCWLIFE Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. 14, they come back.
Now, am I looking into this camera? Or am I looking, where am I looking?
We're going to have you just look at it.
The holiday season is coming, and Santa's making his 15-second commercial for NCWLIFE Channel. Are you? Ho, 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 ho.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, the Wenatchee City Council got down to business last night after welcoming 2 new members. Top Rojanasa Tien and Mike Poyer are freshly elected to the council, while incumbent Keith Huffaker was sworn in for his 3rd full term. They'll officially take their seats in January. The council also agreed to a $100,000 2-year contract with Wenatchee Rescue Mission. That's to establish a 20-bed low-barrier shelter to aid the city's homeless men.
One of the primary impetus was to establish low-barrier shelters to look at our addressing the unsheltered population, which in the summer count was 98 persons. We know going into this that we needed multiple providers, multiple locations in order to meet that count, meet that need. The proposal is to operate a 20-bed low-barrier shelter. 5 of the beds will be held empty for law enforcement referrals, so East Wenatchee and Wenatchee both would have the ability to bring folks who are in need to the shelter. It's a 24-hour facility, has has food as well. Case management would be progressive but not required, and this would begin officially under the contract under January 1st.
We're very excited to start this, and my hope is to increase those beds. Actually, once I'm in there and see how we're going to run it, is to bring in cots and things like that to help even more so. I have been out working with people that are in the motorhomes and in the encampments, talking about the Low Bear Shelter, talking about their situation and what the inevitable, what's going to happen to them should they continue there. Also letting them know to keep it clean, because that's one thing that they're not doing very well at the moment. They do have 2 leaders of the group that I talk to often. So I'm going out every week doing that. So part of the low barrier too is I was able to get one of the motorhomes off the street. He is now living in his motorhome on our property, however, and being case managed, and eventually going to go back home, which is not here in Wenatchee. So that looks like in February. But we are trying to make more room to get some of them off the street that want help.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Friday was a good one. It wasn't too bad weather-wise, unless you lived up in the upper valley where you did see some snow falling. This was this afternoon, our Blag Mountain Sky-Fi Tower camera, and overlooking Leavenworth, and some light snow falling up there throughout the afternoon. And we are going to see some of that as well, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Today, high temperature unofficially 35 degrees, and that's pretty much where we should be for this time of year. 34 is normal. 28 our overnight low, so we didn't warm up all that much today. 25 is our normal overnight low. Record low, that was 2 degrees, set back in 2009. Record high, by the way, 51, and that was in 1967. No new precip yet, but that's going to change. In fact, we should have a much bigger number than this 5.15 when we get together again on Monday. Sunrise this morning, 7:37, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:10. We've been talking a lot about heavy snow, and boy, are we going to see it once again tonight and this through early Sunday. Periods of snow. We could see moderate to heavy snow at times. Stevens Pass, 24 to 30 inches of snow from now until early Sunday morning. Snoqualmie Pass, not much better, about 12 to 18 inches of snow. And even if you're traveling east on I-90, check out Lookout Pass, 18 to 24 inches of snow. So if you have to travel either west or extreme east, be very careful and be ready for those tough winter travel conditions, because we are going to see it this weekend. Let's take a look now what we can expect as we get you into the weekend. As far as temperatures tomorrow, it's going to be warm, but that's going to be kind of deceptive. Look at these temperatures. 51 Moses Lake Ephrata, 49 in Quincy, 46 in Wenatchee, 45 in Leavenworth, and a nice 46 in Chelan. It's deceptive because we are going to see a lot of wind and most likely some pretty good rain shower activity as well. We'll show you that here as we get to our surface loop. Tonight we can expect cloudy skies. Look at all of this wind associated with that large area of low pressure in the Gulf of Alaska. That will move in on us. This is late tonight where we have an 80% chance for snow. Our low temperatures holding steady tonight into the mid-30s. And look at this mess on Saturday. The red and pinks is wind, and we're going to see plenty of that. An 80% chance of rain, mainly rain because of the warm temperatures. Here we go later in the day. Still a good chance for rain. High temperatures mid to upper 40s for Saturday. Things calm down just a little bit on Sunday. Our area of low pressure continues to slide slowly to the south. We'll still keep about a 40% chance of rain for Sunday with high temperatures in the lower 40s. For Monday, this is where our cool down begins. Low pressure finally makes it down off of our coast and will bring lots of shower activity right back into north central Washington. This is a very favorable flow for us to pick up some precipitation, and that will be in the form of snow with those cooler temperatures. For Tuesday, kind of our in-between storm system days. Partly cloudy, dry and cool. Actually see some sun throughout the day Tuesday, but high temperatures only in the mid-30s. But heck, that's our normal high temperature for this time of year. On Wednesday, mostly cloudy. That's when the next round of storminess could move in. Doesn't show a lot hot during the day, but then just sliding through our area late Wednesday afternoon, so we'll keep a 40% chance for showers. For Thursday then, the sunniest day we'll have over the next 6 or 7 days. Seasonal high temperatures on Thursday with highs generally, and look at this cold air sinking down into the low and mid 30s. Let's take a look now at that 7-day forecast as we get into the weekend. 32 overnight tonight. Snow likely as we get closer to about 11 or 12 o'clock tonight. And then an 80% chance of mainly rain tomorrow, mainly because we're going to be so warm. 46 for our high temperature. A rain-snow mix then as we get you into Sunday, and 41. Back to more snow on Monday, an 80% chance for it, and 37. 36 with dry and partly cloudy weather on Tuesday. As we get into Wednesday, mostly cloudy. A weak little system will move through. 40% chance of snow, and 33. And then Thursday, pretty much like we should be for this time of year. Mostly sunny, temperatures right about normal with highs of 34 and lows of around 23. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Dan Kuntz and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
This holiday season, let Wild Birds Unlimited help you deliver something truly special to friends and loved ones. The gift of bird feeding. Even if you can't be together in person this year, a busy backyard bird feeder will bring a little smile and a little connection with you. We're here for you with safe, convenient shopping, whether it's in-store, at curbside, or when you order online. Wild Birds Unlimited. Joy delivered.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday. Dan Kuntz filling in for Eric Grandstrom, who's on assignment. We begin with the Les Schwab scoreboard from last night. What happened in the world of girls basketball? They always get to go first. Clallam Roslyn took care of Cascade in Leavenworth. The final there was 38-24. Shalanga by Quincy in girls basketball last night. The final there was 46-30. Boys action. Clallam Roslyn completed the sweep over Cascade, 54-38, the final there. Quincy dispatched Chelan fairly easily. Omak crushing Kashmir, 71-52, and Antioch knocked off Cascade Christian last night in boys basketball, 47-35. In wrestling, it was close, but Eastmont pulled out a narrow victory over the Davis Pirates to beat Davis in wrestling. Girls bowling, both Wenatchee and Eastmont were down in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato, in girls bowling, and both came up short. Davis squeaked by Wenatchee by just 20 total pins, but it was enough. Eisenhower swept to a fairly easy victory over the Wildcats. College basketball last night. Drew Timme scored 22 points, did not miss a single shot from the field, and the number 5 Gonzaga Bulldogs had no real problems. They knocked off Merrimack 80-55 on Thursday night. Freshman center Chet Holmgren, 15 points. Julian Swather had 15 points as well. Gonzaga has now won 57 games in a row at the Kennel. As you might imagine, that's the longest streak in the nation and also a school record. As far as the Kraken is concerned, Kyle Connor scored 2 goals in the third period. Unfortunately, Kyle Connor plays for the Winnipeg Jets, and the Jets get their very first shutout of the NHL season. They took care of business over the Kraken last night at Climate Pledge Arena. The final was 3-0. Next up for the Kraken, Columbus will be in town, the Blue Jackets, tomorrow night at Climate Pledge Arena. So that's what happened yesterday. Let's take a look at the schedule for sports for the weekend. We'll start out with high school girls basketball tonight. Eastmont will travel to the Lilac City to take on Chelan Park at 5:30. Also at 5:30, it's Ephrata at West Valley in girls basketball. 5:45, tips from Moses Lake and Ellensburg, and LaSalle will take on Cashmere. 6 o'clock tonight in girls basketball. Waterville, Mansfield, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young will be at Bridgeport. Brewster at Liberty Bell, and Riverside Christian at Pateras. Girls basketball for Saturday looks something like this. Lakeside will be at Quincy at 3:30. Soap Lake will take on Waterville, Mansfield at 4. Also at 4, it's Wapato and Ephrata. 4:45 tip-offs tomorrow for the ladies. Eastmont at Eisenhower, Wenatchee at West Valley, Moses Lake at Sunnyside. LaSalle will take on Chelan at 5:45, and Omak will take on Manson. Back to the boys on Friday. Tonight, Eastmont, also at Chelan Park at 7 p.m. Ephrata will travel down to Yakima to take on West Valley. Moses Lake will be at Ellensburg at 7:15. LaSalle will take on Cashmere at 7:15. Brewster and Liberty Bell and Waterville, Mansfield, England, Dan, and John Ford Coley at Bridgeport at 7:30. On Saturday, Antioch will take on Moses Lake Christian at 2:30 in the afternoon. 5 o'clock tip-off for Lakeside at Quincy. 5:30, Wapato and Ephrata will do battle, and Soap Lake will take on Waterville, Mansfield, Simon and Garfunkel. Moses Lake and Sunnyside at 6:30. Eastmont and Ike at 6:30 in boys basketball. Wenatchee will be down at West Valley at 6:30. Omak and Manson at 7 o'clock. As far as men's college basketball, Eastern will be at North Dakota tomorrow at 11 a.m. You can watch that on ESPN Plus. I can't. I don't have it. South Dakota State will take on Washington State. That'll be in Spokane at 12 noon tomorrow on the Pac-12 Network. And serious COVID issues with the Washington Huskies. Their game at Gonzaga on Sunday canceled because of COVID issues with the Husky men's basketball program. This is the third time this year that the Huskies have had games either canceled or postponed because of COVID. There is high school wrestling tomorrow to talk about. Let's go ahead and do wrestling. Yep, Cascade, Liberty Bell, Manson, Okanagan, Omak will all be in Granger. The Eastmont and Wenatchee girls teams will be in Warden at 10 a.m. The Wenatchee boys teams will be at Toppenish for their invitational at 10 a.m. And also at 10 a.m. it is Cashmere and Chelan at Connell. Wenatchee Wild up north again. They'll be taking on the Merritt Centennials at 7 p.m. on Saturday night, and then a Sunday afternoon matinee against the West Kelowna Warriors. And then they'll be back at the Town Toyota Center for 5 games over the holiday season. And we can't forget about the Seahawks. Sunday morning, 10 a.m. kickoff. It's the Seahawks and Houston, the Texans, and that'll be at Houston at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning on Fox. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Friday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And take a little breather, Dan. Get in position because we're coming right back to you now for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan, back to you.
Thanks, Grant. I hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll be right back at it Monday morning with another edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be live here at 7 a.m. with your latest news, your latest weather forecast. Whatever sports happen over the weekend, there's going to be a lot. We'll be giving you that as well. Everything you need to start your brand new work week is available to you in a nice little tiny package we'd like to call Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be live at 7 a.m. Monday morning right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Grant, back to you.
Thanks again, Dan. And that is going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Join us each week as the NCW Tech Alliance team networks with individuals driving change in technology, entrepreneurship, and STEM education. Their nonprofit mission is to connect people and technology resources to create a thriving community. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Now, am I looking into this camera? Or am I looking? Where am I looking?
We're going to have you just look at it.
The holiday season is coming, and Santa's making his 15-second commercial for NCWLIFE channel. Are you? Ho, 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 ho.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.